Friends, how many times in life have you felt bad not being near your loved ones when they need you the most? Well, you're not in isolation. I have gone through this journey myself. In today's environment, we are not physically near our loved ones as much as we want to, but we are emotionally very near. And I think technology has helped us connect with them on a day-to-day basis, speak to them, see them, though we are not physically next to them. But still, that feeling that we are not, physically next to them makes a lot of difference to us on a day-to-day basis. And I think that is something that still holds us as a human being, because the love that we have for our elder ones is something that is constant, and it is universal in terms of its application. A lot of times, a person calls in the morning and his mother must have casually told him, listen, your father had an electric shock this morning when he was switching on the coffee maker. Now, it would have been a very casual statement as far as the mother is concerned, but the son living miles away, it starts working in his mind, and there is this feeling of guilt that he is not being able to be next to the loved one at the time when he is required the most. Now, it may be a very small incident, but it still keeps playing in his mind, and during the day the replays keep happening many times, and he says, listen, what can I do to address this? There are a lot of times in life, in today's way we live, where we may have to suddenly leave out of the city that we live in, and we'll be worried about our elder ones, considering their safety. Not anymore is it feasible for us to have a live-in servant or somebody who will live in your house, and you can leave the house and go somewhere and not, avoid thinking about how your loved ones are. So there are a number of situations that come up like this on a day-to-day basis that can leave you very frustrated for no fault of yours. And I'll give you a small example. When I was working outside Chennai, and my mother was unwell, I had to resign my job and get back to Chennai because she needed me there at that time. And the kind of problems that I faced in finding the right kind of service providers, whether it be it home care or whether it's going to be in terms of fixing up an appointment with a doctor or somebody to just stay with my mother when I'm not around, started playing in my mind again and again. And as I was talking to a number of friends, each one seemed to be having a similar story to tell me. They were all feeling bad that they were not being able to be to their next ones. Now, you're not expected to be there all the time, but what if you want somebody? And that is where we thought about this topic for quite some time, and we thought, let us engage. What started off as a simple research exercise was carried on for more than a year, with more than 1,000 plus people responding to our queries more enthusiastically in terms of, if there is something that you need to be fixed, what will it be, in the realm of taking care of a senior person. Now, so many responses came in, and it made us sit up and think, saying, hey, listen, can we be bridge this gap of requirements to people to some extent, so that they are physically and mentally comfortable that their loved one is being taken care of. And that is what led us to launching CareFinder. As the name suggests, CareFinder is a very, very simple term that tells us clearly what our business is. We help you find care for your loved ones. Again, going through the technological evolvement that has happened today, you may get into a net surf, find a number of service providers for a particular area. But how do you know that these service providers are authentic? How do you know that these service providers have been vouched? How do you know who is the promoter of this service provider? Who is the right person to connect with? And does the service provider exactly deal with what you are looking for? Because needs may be similar, but they are not the same. I'll give you a very small example. Recently, somebody came to us and said that they need a living arrangement for one of their loved ones. But as we talked to them, we found that person was very musically inclined, she was a vegetarian, and she was more used to a community kind of a living. So we did a search that was very specific to fit into her requirements. There are a number of people for us who live outside saying that we spend so much on our parents' health, now we are not complaining. But is there a way that we can cut down these costs without cutting the quality of care that we are giving? And this led us to finding out from the market as to people who can give discounts on purchase of medicines, on scans, so on and so forth. So what we're trying to delve here is that we find services for our customers and not the other way. We don't find customers for the services that we have. But what has happened is our experience in the last 1.5 years over the research has given us clear indications of what kind of services people require, and we've drawn up a laundry list and classified them under various service heads. Now, I'm sure if you go through our website, you will find a lot of answers to your day-to-day problems, because you have not faced this in isolation. There's somebody else who has faced it, and we've found a solution for them. We've also gone ahead saying, fine, how do we serve you better? So we've started taking a team of people on our advisory panel who each one is well versed in the area that we are talking about. Very quickly, to give you another example that was again an eye-opener for us, was recently there was an elderly person who came to us and wanted to gift something for a grandson who was going abroad for the first time. Now, after our team sat together, and she said, she was very clear, she said this has to be a very specific gift and the grandson needs to see the benefit of the gifts over a period of years. We sat together and we did something simple but was highly appreciated by the person. We took the entire records, we got them digitalized, talking about simple scanning. We put folders right from the grandson's LKG report to the his Aadhaar card, all his key documents. We made folders. The father came in and chipped in and said, can you put some devotional music inside? Now we have tied up to download legal music. We have done that. So we did a whole lot of it and then gave the grandmother. And the next day she called up, crying, saying that, after so many years, a grandson for the first time was saying, can I sleep with you, grandma, today? Because he was so touched by her gesture. And now we are serving at least 10 grandmothers in the same area. So what we're trying to say is that, each requirement is unique. It need not be only what you give to your elders, but what your elders want to give to you as well. And elder care is an emerging area, and in today's environment where people, both the husband and wife, have to work, and many times the elder is going to be alone at home, a lot of services that we are going to provide are day-to-day requirements for the problems that you will face. Now, we will be very happy to engage ourselves in conversation with you. Feel free to write to us or talk to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Within a short period of launch, CareFinder today has helped a number of people in a wide area of services, and many of them are the first time and they've become service lines themselves. So people who have actually enjoyed our services or who have actually benefited from our services have started talking about us to others. And I'm sure if you engage with us, you will also have a story to tell to someone someday. Wish you could all log into carefinder.in, and we are here to serve you. We have a fantastic team of people who will be at your response at any point of time, and you can feel reassured. What you will get from us is a qualified service provider who will be the best to meet the need that you have. As I told you, we go by the fact that one shoe does not fit all. So each service requirement is unique, and that is why we get into a consulting mode to understand your requirements before we provide a service provided to you. I do hope that you will all engage with CareFinder, and we look forward to serving you. Thank you.